All right, guys, time for some homework help here. So I'm going to help you with the two shaded problems from day one. So the first one, it said solve using the order of operations, or PEMDAS. Now, if you remember from last year, PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S, we remember that with please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, stands for you do parentheses first. Exponents are anything with the little number on top. That's called an exponent. You do that second. Multiply and divide. Now I'm going to circle these because you do those third, and you do those in left to right order, and add and subtract you do last. I'm going to circle those because you do those last and you do those in left to right order. So when I'm looking at my problem here, I see there are no parentheses, so I'll skip over that. And then I do have exponents. I have that 3 squared right there. Now, if you remember, 3 squared does not mean 3 times 2. 3 squared means 3 times itself 2 times, which is 9. So if you solve that, you write down your 9. Now then, you bring down everything else from the problem. So the times, the 8, the plus, and the 7, and you start all over with a new problem. Now, when I go through, I no longer have exponents. So then I look, do I have multiplication and division? Yes, I do. I have a multiplication problem. So I have to do 8 times 9. So 8 times 9 is 72. And then you bring down the plus 7. And notice we end up with addition and subtraction last, which is the way it should be. And you do 72 plus 7. Don't be afraid to do a little math off to the side if you don't want to do that in your head. And 72 plus 7 is 79, which is your final answer. Now, for the other shaded problem, the greatest common factor of 8 and 12. Now, greatest common factor means the biggest number that goes into both 8 and 12. And sometimes you may know that in your head. You may know what the biggest thing that go into 8 and 12 is. But you're going to learn a trick that helps you when you can't tell what the biggest number is. So what we do is we do a factor tree for both 8 and 12. So I'm going to do a factor tree for 8. I'm going to split it into 2 times 4. And 2 can't be split anymore, so I bring it down. But 4 can be split into 2 times 2. So I like to put a box around it when I get to the bottom. 12, I'm going to split into 4 times 3. Now you can split it into 6 times 2, it doesn't matter. And the 4 I can split into 2 times 2. And the 3 I cannot split, so I bring it down. And I'm going to put a box around this. Now once you factor out both the 8 and the 12, what you do is go and you circle what I call the twins. So any factors that are the same in both trees. So let me show you what I mean. This 2 has a twin in the other tree. This 2 also has a twin in the other tree. Now this last 2 does not have a twin over there because there's a 2 and there's a 3. So you circled all the twins. Now what do you do if you have more than one twin? Well, then you have to multiply those twins together. So you take these 2 times 2, and you get 4. So 4 is the greatest common factor of 8 and 12. It's the biggest number that goes into both 8 and 12. So I hope that helped, and if you have any other questions, make sure you ask me in class. Thanks.